Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Voice of the Hammer. I'm your host, Buntakuth. It's a Saturday today, and the reason why I'm telling you it's a Saturday is because we went out yesterday, and I wanted to show you guys kind of a full day of something to do, or at least what I would be doing on a Friday with the kids and stuff like that. And so my idea was to show you sort of like a lunch, a dinner, and then sort of like a hangout time for us. But it didn't really turn out because, well, I'll let you know anyways what my idea was. So we went out to Kelsey's. I was gonna show you something they had there, but it's just Kelsey's. I like going there, but I mean it wasn't really something I wanted you guys to really listen to. I mean it's just a franchise, but we like to go there. But I didn't want to add the whole thing into an episode. Then after that, we were going to go have dinner somewhere, but it turned out to be a little bit too packed. So we just went to, again, another place for dinner, I think we just went to Boston Pizza. But what I do want to actually talk about is where we went actually before dinner. We went to a place called the Bard and Bear. That's on James Street North, 237 James Street North. So I was looking for a place that I could take the kids. The other week we went to Game Time Social in Burlington. The games, I mean, it's fun. It's probably the closest place you can get to arcade games as far as tokens and winning prizes and that kind of stuff for the kids. We did have a good time. Michael beat Danielle at some pool, so he's really looking forward to playing pool again. But anyway, so we try to do that kind of stuff. So for this week, I was just Googling like a board game place, and there was one downtown, but I guess they'd closed down during COVID. So I found this place again called the Bard and Bear, the Bard and Bear Games Cafe, and it looked really good. Let me just show you guys a little bit of what they have here. So let's just go on their Instagram here. As you can see, the Bard and Bear. Yeah, they've got it's a board game place. They have snacks. They have some food there for you, and they have drinks for the kids. They have non-alcoholic drinks and alcoholic drinks. They have beer. I believe for the most part. I didn't check for the wine, but I'm sure they have other drinks. But so there's, as you can see there on the left, that's Steven, and on the right is Megan, the owners of the establishment there. Yeah, so I just found this place, and just looked at some pictures. Now let's go see their website, and this is what was this is what kind of got me here. So they have a games library on the website, and if you scroll, so as you see here, I'm just scrolling down, and this is all in alphabetical order, but as you see, this is classic and family. So I was looking at some of these games. Kiana's not old enough to play a lot of games, so I was YouTubing some games here that she might be able to play, and I found a few right in the beginning, which is awesome. So let me just show you. So yeah, there's parties and trivias and stuff. So this is about halfway down the list here. That's a lot. So when we went yesterday, I actually asked Megan, one of the owners, I said, do you actually have all these games? And turns out they do, which is amazing, guys. So that's awesome. That's a lot of games to have on hand. And they do have other games for sale too. They have a wall that has card games, Magic, The Gathering, and a bunch of different other stuff. But anyways, so I wanted to take the kids there. I was hoping to go after dinner, But because I made the reservations a little too late, and I do suggest making reservations because, according to Google, just after 6 is when they do start getting busy. We were there last night, and there was a table probably of 10 or more people. Um, so, stuff like that, it's hard if you're just walking in. And if they have a table, great, but I do highly suggest just going on their Instagram, and just, you know, slide into their DMs, let them know what time and day, and how many people, all that fun stuff. But yeah, so we took the kids there again. I said I wanted to take the kids after dinner, but um, I didn't want to wait. I wanted to go Friday. I didn't want to wait till Saturday, but the only times they had was 5 o'clock. Now it is $5 per person. I believe it's half price for kids, and that gives you a 3 hour time slot. Uh, for us being new there, it was a plenty of time. We did get through a couple of games, um, and I'll show you a little montage in a little bit. But yeah, 3 hours doesn't seem like a lot. Um, we were there for about 2.5 because right next door was our dinner spot that we were supposed to go to, but it was just way too crowded. And yes, we had reservations, but we decided to go to a little bit more kid friendly place. I think we ended up Boston Pizza. But this place here, guys, if you were looking for something to do with the kids, if you're looking for something to do with your friends, and you don't want to stay in, this is definitely a cool option to do because, I mean, you get 3 hours of game time. You can literally play any of these games that they have on hand. If you do want to play some of these games, I would definitely suggest checking out their website here and just look through a couple of games, maybe YouTube them, or if you want to just go for fun, they have Jenga, they have Connect Four and chess and checkers and all that kind of fun stuff. So if you want to go there, go check it out. So I did get a chance to talk to the owners just before I left. Um, just as I was paying the bill, I said hi to Steve and Megan there. Just asking them a little bit about their time. They've been there for just over a year, almost 2 years now. I believe this December will be their second year. I believe. I could be wrong. Sorry, I apologize. But yeah, they've been there for a little bit, and Megan just got her PhD. They're not from Hamilton, but they're setting up their roots here, which is awesome. So welcome to the city of the Hammer, and we hope you guys do really well. I think you will. It's a fun place, cool little spot, easy to get to. Yeah, not much else I can say, but just check out a couple little videos here of what we did while we were there. All right, guys, that was just a little montage of our time there at the Bard and Bear. I did actually land an interview with Steve, one of the owners there, so I'm just going to put it in here and then we'll continue with the show. Thanks. How's it been, though, as far as, I mean, you guys been here just over a year now?
Just over a year.
Yeah. And so when's the, what was it, December?
December 10th was the 1 year anniversary.
Oh, okay,
yeah.
nice. And you guys, Megan was telling me you guys were, she was juggling doing her doctorate and...
She finished her PhD in September. We got married in October, and then we started renovations through November, and then we opened in December.
And what was your background? What were you doing before this again?
So I went to school for journalism.
Okay.
And then ended up selling board games.
Okay.
For many a year, and then ended up the manager at another board game cafe.
Yeah.
And worked there for many years before deciding I needed to get a real job. That sucked.
Yeah.
And so I started working towards doing this.
Now, your library shows like 1,000, like, do you know how many you actually have?
940 something, I think.
And did you get all that from working at that other board game place?
No.
Did you just kind of collect and...
We've amassed it over like the 6 months leading up to opening. A lot of it came from secondhand, so either Kijiji or Value Villages, things like that. People selling off collections, with larger collections than this in their house.
Really?
Yeah, but had another kid coming or needed to turn it into a TV room or just bought a whole bunch of new games, so they needed to sell off games to make room for what have you. So we picked up, I think, 600 games from three people.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So you said you were doing journalism before this. So what did you study at University of Toronto or something?
Seneca College in Toronto. Yeah,
Okay.
I'm from Toronto originally, way back when. And I went to Seneca College, did my internship with the CBC.
Nice.
And then, unfortunately, their funding got cut right after I graduated.
Really?
So
they're like, all right.
I followed Megan to Hamilton for... she was going to Mac, and ended up here.
Yeah. You think it's still I mean, obviously you're going to be busy with this, but you still thinking of pursuing some type of journalism? Were you mostly
It was broadcast journalism.
Okay.
It was broadcast journalism.
So you can give you some hints and tips and tricks.
It's been a long time, and
has it?
It's a skill that you have to practice. Oh yeah, it's been...
Yeah, you can't just jump in
front. 8 years
really?
Since I graduated, I think.
Yeah.
And I have not spent that time
practicing, honing
keeping those muscles. But performing and, whether that's auditory or on screen or what have you, is always something that I've loved.
Yeah.
So maybe one day I'll get back into something in that sphere.
Okay.
But right now, I'm focused on performing in front of the people at the table and teaching them games and stuff like that.
How often are you because again you said you had 900 games.
Yep. I can teach about 450.
Okay. And the rest you just, some of it is just kind of reading the instructions? Or
some of it's reading the instructions. Normally I have Megan read the instructions because she has, she's got a PhD in English. She's got much more of a mind for parsing sometimes very poorly written documents.
Right. Oh, yeah.
But I'm the, we'll say showman.
Okay.
So she learns the games, teaches me, and then I figure out how best to teach them to people. So if there is a game that I do not know, and I feel like we have the time and the energy, I'll send Megan over to learn the game, and then she'll teach me at a later time so that I can teach other people.
Right. So now the name Bard and Bear, I quickly looked it on Google, but so a bard is someone who is like a reciter or
Yeah, so a bard is a storyteller, one way or another. Classically in D&D, they're portrayed as musicians, but more classically, Shakespeare is known as the bard.
Right. Okay.
In olden days, bards would be the ones who would go town to town and kind of spread stories. If you think in Norse mythology or Norse society, skalds were the Norse version of bards. they were the source of all mythology. You know, all of their myths and legends were all verbally told, and that came from bards. And we just really love the concept of people coming together over stories, over tales, over what have you. Just kind of that idea of a community coming together over make-believe or stories, whether real or not.
Now, with starting this business here, walk me through the process of conception to first opening these doors.
So, in about 2018, a board game cafe went up for sale in Guelph. We heard through the grapevine that they were selling. We looked into it. It was a bad time for us. I had just started a brand new job. Megan was knee deep in her PhD. It was completely illogical for us to do. But we dropped everything for a weekend and researched the heck out of it, figured out what we would do, how we would do it, this, that, and the other thing. We were scheduled to see them on Monday. On Sunday, they sold to Snakes and Lattes.
Okay.
And we looked at each other and we're kind of like, this was a bad idea. But do we want to pursue it? Is this something that we're serious about? And, you know, it took us 4 years, partly because of the pandemic. But 4 years after that, before we, or 3 years, 2021, before we managed to actually get a property and start the journey. But after that point, it was always our goal. So these guys are going to be sorely disappointed. I went to school again for business at Mohawk. Just to kind of
pick up on
it. Because I have no background in business. I am the first entrepreneur in my family in like 3 generations or something. So it's
there was nobody you can kind of pick off.
No, Megan's family has more entrepreneurs and whatnot. Sorry, give me one second.
Don't take time.
We get a lot of folks who want to come and check out the space.
Sure.
You know, we got these big windows, so people are always looking in. And
we were here the other day, and I guess they were playing Jenga here on the table, and there was just a guy walking by just cheering.
Enraptured with, I mean, so we got possession of the property August 2021. And we were waiting for building permits and this, that, and the other thing, so we weren't actually able to start construction until October. But we put up the brown paper, put up the signs, you know, started doing what we can, and you would end up with people like peeking through the rips in the paper, you know. Every now and then you'd be painting up by the window and someone's eye would just show up there. But it's been really awesome, the kind of community response that we've gotten, because community is really important to us. I mean, without community, board games are nothing, right?
Well, exactly.
The entire purpose of games are bringing people together, one form or another. It's bringing people together. So we're really happy. The kind of response we've gotten from the community and the support we've gotten from the community in James North is just such an awesome.
Well, I was going to say it's quite the location to have. I was telling Megan, I think I was telling you before, there was the other place downtown.
Gameopolis.
Yes, and so that's what I was looking for when this place showed up. I thought, oh, that's great. Like, but again, other than Googling it, I didn't know it was here. Obviously, we just seen these guys just walk
We're working on fixing that.
No, but you guys, I mean, I watch your reels and stuff, and that's fun because it does, I mean, you can only do so much with reels. Because, of course, I've got a 5-year-old and a 10-year-old, so the span of capability is you know, wide. So, but you guys do kind of showcase some of the games you have for families and for parties, because you guys host some stuff here as well?
We a little bit here and there. We're trying to branch out as we've gotten into the business and gotten employees, and it's not just my wife and I, you know, running around. We've got a fantastic team. We've found ourselves able to start thinking about what are we going to do next, how are we going to reach more of the community. And so we started late last year, our meetup night.
Yep.
So last Thursday of every month is just kind of an open invitation. People show up.
Yeah.
And we've had groups of people who did not know each other meet each other there and then make reservations
Sure,
together after that.
Yeah.
In the upcoming months, we've got some exciting things
Nice. Okay.
planned. We've got a workshop for painting miniatures, like D&D or
cool.
Warhammer miniatures coming up.
Nice.
We've got a LARP night run by one of our fantastic regulars, Dana.
Nice.
That's going to be real interesting and a lot of fun. And then
Yeah.
we've got a couple other things in the works
Okay.
down the line.
Now those things obviously sound like you need to book. I mean, do you highly suggest anyone wanting to come by? Because you are on James Street North, 237 James Street North. So a lot of foot traffic.
Yes.
So a lot of times, like the guys we just saw, they walk in, they can't get a table, and I know it's hard, it sucks. You have to turn away potential customers.
We do everything we can
Yeah.
to seat as many people as we can because we don't like turning people
Sure.
away. People
Who
come
would?
to have fun, you
Yeah.
know.
You have to
And
tell them no.
we don't want to be the person being like, you can't have fun tonight. No.
Yeah, not tonight.
But Fridays, Saturdays, Sundays, even some weekdays, we get slammed with reservations,
Yeah.
and we try and guarantee 3 hours
Right.
at a table per person. So if someone comes in at 7 o'clock, we can't guarantee that table until 10.
Right.
But with that in mind, we strongly encourage reservations.
Yeah.
You know, even on a Tuesday night or whatever, it's better safe than
Right,
sorry.
for sure.
And I hate turning people away empty-handed, as it were.
Well, that's the thing. I mean, you're in the business of not only just making money, but yeah, like you said, you want to make people happy, and that's why they're coming.
Well, I think those two come hand in hand.
Yeah.
You know, making, this is such a cliche business owner thing to say, but making money really isn't one of my big considerations.
Sure. Yeah.
Because I think that if I do the rest of my job right, if I make people
Right.
feel welcome, make a safe space for people to have fun and connect, and support local and bring in local products and stuff,
Right.
then the making money comes with that.
Right.
You know,
Yeah, that's
it's
true.
part and parcel of the same thing.
Yeah.
And obviously there's, you have to be thinking about it. It's
Oh,
got to
of
be in the
course.
back of your mind.
Of course.
But
That's not the forefront of
it's-
what you're offering here.
yeah, it is the symptom of doing a good job,
Yeah.
in my mind, rather than the impetus to do a good job.
Right. Now you mentioned bringing in local stuff. I know you guys have stuff from Collective Arts.
Yeah.
Do you guys just kind of have a selection? You have a sort of idea?
So, for our beers, wine, and cider, we get everything as local as possible.
Okay.
Hamilton is a phenomenal city with a whole bunch of fantastic breweries and cideries and things like that.
Yeah.
So we did not see any need to go outside of the city. So we've got Collective Arts, Clifford, Fairweather, Merritt
Yeah.
from just down the street.
Right.
We've got Rosewood Winery and West Avenue cider. It's really awesome to be able to support local, and again, the concept of board games is all about coming together as a community. So we thought we should represent that in basically everything we do. Our bread for our sandwiches comes from right across the street at Ola. We do what we can to get as much local as possible,
that's
just because it aligns with the whole concept
Right.
of games.
Oh, for sure. 'Cause not only do you have local ciders and beers and wines, you have stuff for kids as well. You guys got popcorn and pop and juice.
Milkshakes. Our milkshakes
Yeah.
come from a fantastic ice cream creamery out by Gage Park.
Okay.
Willard's Ice Cream. They make all of our ice cream, some fantastic flavors, and we turn them into milkshakes, which kids
Okay.
love.
Yeah.
Hot chocolates and all that stuff. And we've got games for kids too. We get a lot of people
Oh, yeah.
asking if we've got good games. We got games for kids as young as 3.
Well, that's what I was saying. My daughter's 5, and she's not a big rule follower. She
Yeah.
plays with her brother, and he tries to play checkers or stuff like that. And she's just like, "No, I'm just gonna do that."
Yeah.
But I found some of the games you had on here were easy for her to play. Animals Upon Animals was one.
Fantastic game.
Just stacking stuff. But yeah.
But
so
still working on those important skills.
Yeah, exactly.
you
It's
know.
not just
but I mean, it was nice because it took away from going on their tablets. That's what they're doing right now, actually. But it's like, but it was nice to be out here playing some board games, and like you said, you have over 900 board games.
And I'll never be one to disparage video games.
No.
I am a huge video game player.
Oh yeah.
But sometimes it's nice to, do something with someone face to face.
Oh yeah.
Or just change things up.
Oh, definitely. Now, are you a big D&D player as well?
Yep.
So that kind of led into naming the place?
That definitely contributed to at least the vocabulary for the space. Okay. We wanted something that sounded like an old-timey tavern without being kind of too obvious. But yeah, no, we're big D&D players. We just wrapped a 6-year campaign, 2 6-year campaigns actually, and we are starting another one. We have games here, 2 to 3 games a night.
Yeah.
Where we host D&D games and things like that.
Now, when you say a 6-year campaign, like you guys, like the story just keeps building and building. Like you guys have been playing for
6 years.
6 years.
Yep. Yep. Same characters, mostly the same characters, same plot.
Right.
Various arcs and whatnot, but same story.
Nice. Wow, this is great. So, how can some of my listeners find you? What's your Instagram?
So Instagram, the Bard and Bear. Website, thebardandbear.com. Search us out and follow us on Instagram. That's where all of our kind of big announcements and things are, and you get to see Megan and I doing our thing. And then come on in, give us a call if you want to make a reservation. Basically, send us an email, give us a call, carrier pigeon, any way you can get in touch with us. We take reservations, and come on by and play some games.
Awesome guys. This is Steve, and you'll have to come in here and check out meet Megan, and come play some games. Awesome, Steve. Thank you so much, man.
Thank you so much.
Appreciate it. Awesome.
So that was my interview with Steve. Thanks again for that interview. As you saw there, we were just filming just before opening, so somebody came in and tried to check the place out just on a whim. Hopefully they were able to get in eventually. But yeah, so definitely email them or contact them and book some time, and go there and have some fun. So other than that, here's the rest of the episode. Go there, go say hello. Again, definitely book a time slot, because they do get booked. They do get booked up. And like I said, there's a ton of games for you guys to choose from. The list goes on and on and on. So go there, check them out, let your friends know, and let me know what you guys think of the place. Comment on the post, whatever you want to do. Let me know. Message them. Let them know what you think or what you think they should change, or I'm sure they'll appreciate any good advice. So that's it. Like I said, guys, I was going to tell you about my lunch date with Danielle, or dinner, but it was just, we went to Kelsey's, we went to Boston Pizza. I mean, nothing really spectacular there. This was, so I just wanted to do an episode just on this couple here. Again, welcome Steve and Megan to Hamilton. They're putting their roots down here. This is a great city. And I hope Hamilton comes out and shows their support. Anyways, guys, I'm going to check out some more places. I'll let you guys know what I think of the places. I do want to check out a lot of local spots. Again, try not to check out franchise restaurants or anything like that. I want to support, people like this, who are doing what they want to do, doing what they love. And that's it. And trying to keep Hamilton alive and busy. And they're in a great spot right on James Street. So keep an eye out, guys, for Steve and Megan at the Bard and Bear. Thanks for joining me for this episode. I want to check out some more stuff like this. If there's a place you guys like to try, or you've been and you think it's great and people should know about it, email me at voiceofthehammer@gmail.com. Reach out to me on Instagram. If you think I might put this up on YouTube, And I know I didn't say this before, but guys, if you have video capability on Spotify, on Anchor, which is free, anchor.fm, which is where I post this. I'm not sure if Apple Podcasts has video capability, but if it does, click on the whatever you need to click on to bring up the video and watch it, and so you guys can see exactly what I'm talking about, not just noises and my voice. But anyways, shout out to Steve and Megan again. Welcome to Hamilton. This is the Hammer. Thanks, guys. Catch you on the next episode.